Hello, everybody. This is Casey. We're here to do spiritual talk tonight. How is everybody? Okay. Thank goodness. Did you not think I was coming on tonight? How is everybody? I'm good, ladies. Just running a little bit late tonight. Hello, Scarlett. How are you tonight? Are you any better tonight, hon? I'm Palo Santoing everything. You need anything else besides, work and news? Hey, how you ladies doing tonight? What would you ladies like to talk about tonight? So, are you practicing the Who Does It Belong To, Scarlett? And are you practicing your grounding and your spiritual protection? Well, so let's talk about ego a little bit, okay? A lot of the stuff that's coming up for you, Scarlett, okay, is ego. The ego comes in and tells us, you're no good. Nobody likes you. Okay? The ego is what comes in and tells us all the negativity things. You know, the ego is always telling us something negative. Oh, I need this. Scarlett, do you ever sage? You sage? Oh, yeah. So this is why. So, again, that's ego telling you that he doesn't care, hun. That's ego. Yes. Oh, sage is wonderful. I'm using sage and Palo Alto. How is everybody tonight? So, how do you think you did on your test, Sushi? Reflection by tool. I gotta look that up. Okay, let me rephrase that, Sushi. How do you feel like you did on the test? How do you feel? Not what you think, okay? How do you feel that you did on the test? Tinky, move. I need to move my chair. Why are you so clingy tonight? Come on, lay down. Come on, lay down. Silly girl. I think she did good too. I think she's just being hard on herself. See, that's the difference. Now quit worrying. You feel great, okay? That's a huge shift, okay? Yes, we're all proud of you. And again, look at how you feel, not what you're thinking. Okay, Scarlett, that one side believing that that's your spirit, Okay? The other side that's terrified, that's the ego. Okay? So I have something else that you ladies can probably try tonight, okay? I don't remember what was going on. I was just totally fed up with something one night. Yes, let's all focus on 3 things we're grateful for. That's part of Scarlett's homework, is to not 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you love about yourself. How about that? So everybody talk about 3 things that they love about themselves. So, Scarlett, did you send back that toxic energy back to the people that it came from? Okay, so Scarlett, you didn't do the homework right. Okay, Scarlett, I want you to name 3 reasons you love yourself. We talked about this the other night, okay? What are 3 things you love about yourself? Not for fall weather, not for me, and not for your essential oils. What do you love about yourself, hon? Yes, Casey, you are definitely a mover and shaker, and you're very bright, loving, and you're very generous. Well, Sushi said, Casey said, Tiffany said, oh, my turn? I am very loving, caring, and just awesome. I love people. I think that's good that I love people. I think I'm very open. I love that I'm open minded. Darlene, are you still here, hon? Say, burn that sage. Yes. Darlene, are you still here? Let's hear what you have to say. And Bree, are you here? I show 6 people. So Tiffany, okay, Scarlett, Casey, Darlene, okay. 2 more people. There's 2 more people here. There's 6 people. Bree, are you still here? Who else is listening in? Let's hear from everybody tonight. Come on. Good for you, Darlene. Good for everybody. So we've heard from 4 people. Who's the other 2 that are listening? Let's hear what you love about yourselves. Come on, ladies. Oh. Yes, keep going. Keep going. That's what I said. So Casey, Tiffany, Sushi, Darlene, and Scarlett. Okay, that's 4 people. We have 2 other people watching. Okay, I'm inviting you to come in and let us know what you love about yourselves. We're all blessed, hon. We're all blessed. I love that I'm an eternal student. I'm always open to learning new things. Okay, so somebody came in and somebody went out, okay? How are you, Reedy? Okay, Reedy, so right now, tell me 3 things that you love about yourself. Oh, yeah. Gotta have that patience. So, Scarlett, that whole statement into a bubble and clear it. Okay? Put that all in the bubble. Honest to God, Scarlett, the bubble will help you clear all that. And all that toxic energy that everybody sent to you today, send it back with love and consciousness. They need to be aware of what they're doing. So every time you think something negative, hon, I want you to think about 3 things positive. Every time, start breaking that habit of falling into the negativity, hon. Like I said, every time something negative comes up, I want you to focus on 3 things positive. Exactly. That's what I tell her. She's given her power away to a reading. You're giving your power away to a reading, hun. Stupid flies. I haven't even opened the door and they freaking are coming in like crazy. They're like dive bombers tonight. Exactly. Exactly. She's buying into everybody's energy and she's not tapping into her own energy. Okay. Now, loving your parents is, yeah. Okay. Reedy, I want you to tell me things that you love about yourself, not that you love your parents and your brother. Great to tell me 3 things you love about yourself. Not your brain, not that you love your family and stuff. Oh, I'm just to the point where I've had it with flies, Casey. Hi, RM2. So your assignment right now is tell me 3 things that you love about yourself. So okay, Scarlett, every time you feel fearful that he'll change his mind, I want you to think about 3 reasons that he loves you. Okay? Okay, RM2, you're not listening. Tell me 3 things that you love about yourself, not that you love yourself. Name 3 things you love about yourself. Really? Same thing for you. Okay, you love your awareness. Okay, 2 more. That's 2. 1 more. There's got to be other reasons, Scarlett, that he loves you besides that you were twin flames, okay? You love your lips and your destiny. Okay, destiny's something else. That's not something about yourself that you love. So I love my lips. That's one thing. Come on, Reedy, you can do it. You too, RM2. You need 1 more, RM2. Okay, so every time that doubt comes up, I want you to focus on that. That exact statement. Every time that fear comes up, okay? Every time that fear comes up, I want you to focus on that statement. It's stuck in my hair now. No, that's an awareness, Riddy. I want you to tell me 3 things. Okay, start all over. 3 things you love about yourself. That's your awareness. Okay? That's your awareness, hon. Who else is here? I show 8 people now. 2 new people have come in. So every time, Scarlett, every time you have doubt come up, I want you to think about those statements. Switch the energy up, hon. They're not going to land anywhere close. They're just going to dive bomb me. Hi, legal pill pusher. Okay, so your assignment right now, legal pill pusher, is tell me 3 things you love about yourself. I don't like to kill things, but these flies are annoying. We have a veterinarian clinic right over here too, and it has a bunch of horses over there right now. So that's drawing in flies too. Plus the cold weather. Because I'm being dive bombed by flies. Can you not see them fly by? They're like dive bombing me. RM2, are you having troubles finding things you love about yourself? Yes, fly kamikazes. Ah, okay. So legal pusher, this is something we need to work on. I want you to think about 3 things you love about yourself every day. See, you're shifting the energy already, Scarlett. Can you feel the difference? You love everything about yourself. Okay, RM2. hard to isolate. RM2, you need to define 3 things. Even if it's I love my artistic ability, I love my intelligence, I love that I am very loving and caring. Things like that, hun. Oh gosh. Hairspray. See, this is what I'm trying to do. Sometimes all it takes is a little tweak every time. Okay? Every time that negativity comes up, I want you to focus on those things. Shift the energy. Focus on how far you've come, not everything that's all the fear that's coming up, okay? No, RM2, you have to come up with 3, not what I told you. Ah, see, this is one of the things that we're talking about, legal pill pusher. Okay? That question shouldn't be that hard. So so how much negative self-talk do you give yourself, legal pill pusher? Scarlett, see, you went into that negativity. So I want you to start focusing on the last few things he told you then. And this is okay. And this is what I tell you. If you don't love yourself, you can't love somebody else. Okay? You deleted that comment. Good for you. Good for you. Scarlett, reframe that thinking into focusing how happy you are together. Okay? And everything that he told you. Okay. So try this, hon. I was just fed up with something one day, and I just expanded my energy out all over my body, and I just expanded it out like an explosion. And I said, anything that's not mine, get out of my body. And then I had all this stuff floating out here in my energy field, and I just told it, go home. And it all disappeared. Exactly, Tiffany. Okay. So this is what I talk about with the magician card. I mean, somebody talked to me about the magician card all night one night. The magician studies and practices all the time. Okay. In order to be where we are now, every relationship we have had in our lifetime has been study and practice, not only to create who we are, but for us to know what we like and don't like in relationships. Okay? Pay attention to this, Scarlett. You know what you don't want in relationships, so start focusing on what you do want in relationships, okay? And prayer is a form of magic. So is burning candles, okay? But it's been practice and study all, and the magician has to do this all his life in order to learn things constantly, okay? It's you want to grow, you practice and study. Hi, Wasan. How are you tonight? Okay, so Wasan, I'm fine, honey. I want you to tell me 3 things that you love about yourself. And legal, have you come up with 3 things that you love about yourself yet? I do not do spells, okay? I ask the universe for things in prayer, but I ask for this or something better, okay? You're buying into fear again. Yes. Yes. See? Casey can see it. How come you can't see it, legal? I told you, Scarlett, you'd love it. These people are awesome. Okay. Okay, that's one. Two more, legal. Wasan. Okay, Wasan. Three things that you love about yourself. Or did Wasan leave because she didn't want to answer? So I would also rephrase that as I am loving and compassionate. Okay, you're hardworking. Yes. Hey, L. Okay, L. Name three things you love about yourself. I told you, Scarlett, this group is awesome. You can name 100. Good for you. Okay, L, start naming them off. Name off about 10 then. Okay, that's okay. I guess that's acceptable. But that's still okay. Legal. That is still outward focus. That's still outward focus. I want you to look within and find three things about yourself that you love. Yes, she is. Okay. So so I'm going to tell you same thing, Wasan. Turn it more inward. Okay. Hardworking is something outside of yourself. Helpful can be something outside of yourself. I want you to look within and find two more things that you love about yourself. Well, we're glad you're here too, Scarlett. All right, you stupid fly. Quit dive bombing me. See that? See, that's two, Wasan. L's got a good list going. Okay, see, that's two now, legal. Come up with one more. Okay, so Scarlett, let me tell you this. What you resist persists. Sometimes you need to sit down and talk to everything that's coming up. Ask it what it's trying to teach you. Okay? Ask what it's trying to teach you. Don't try to fight it. What you resist persists. The more you fight it, the harder it's going to be to get through it, okay? Wasan, one more. Legal. I'm going to make legal. Give me two more. Yes, yes. I love my intuition. I love my knowing. I love my connection to spirit. Good for you, Tiffany. Yeah. Yeah. The Casey's the wettest. Huh? Oh, that's funny. Oh. I don't know if any of you are Virgos. Did you guys watch your new moon readings along with your astrology? Yes. But what about your compassionate? What about how loving you are? Okay. Oh, I love all you ladies. You guys are great. Yeah, Tiffany watched it. I was so tired last night. I was so determined to get Virgo out last night. Virgo was the last one I had to do. I was so tired. My daughter was watching. She called. She called to tell me, "Mom, you need to get off. You're tired. You need to go to bed." But I wanted to make sure everybody got a new moon reading. So if you haven't watched it, go in and look because we're still in the new moon energy today, okay? Teardrops and Roses, how are you tonight, honey? So, Teardrops and Roses, name 3 things that you love about yourself. Well, let's see what she says. Okay, let's see what she says. So Scarlet, I can't even talk. I am Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising, Libra Neptune. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I have to balance everything. For every negative thought, I have to have a positive thought. I have to balance everything out. You know, Tatty makes fun of me because when I eat M&Ms, I have to put them in twos, and I have to eat a blue one here and a blue one here, a red one here, a red one here. I have to balance everything out. It's just a weird little quirk, and Tatty just thinks that's hilarious. Yes. So everybody around you's Libra. Come on, teardrops. Let's hear 3 things you love about yourself. And legal, you still owe me one more. Okay, I will accept I love my bubbly self. Okay. I want you to tell me things you love about yourself. I know you love being a mom and I love you being a wife, but that's not. I want you to tell me something you love about you. That's kind of outside of yourself. See, that's a little better legal, okay? Yes, Darlene is motivational. Okay, that's Wasan. That's one of the reasons that I teach you the bubble technique to start clearing out that negative self talk. Okay, start clearing out that negative self talk, hon. I love that I am sensitive, kind, caring. If any of you haven't watched your love reading for the first of the month, it's up along with the new moon reading. But you know what, Scarlet? That's just temporary. Okay? Okay? Just remember, hon, it's just temporary. So keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied with things. What kind of things do you want to do? You know, I'm sure you've got a bucket list of things that you want to do someday. That's so, Tiffany, I'm kind of looking at that as more outside of yourself. See, that's more like it, Tears. Scarlet, put that in the bubble. He's not going to shut down. You know, it's just as hard for him to be separated right now. And yes, what did you think of did the bubble technique work for you, Wasan? Mm-hmm. Again, you're focusing on the negative. Okay. Scarlet, you can molecules of emotions and biology of belief. Okay. Yes. Because you can control and get that other book I told you about, the Virgin Diet, and see if that helps. Yes. Also, it did help with son. and Teardrops, thank you for your beautiful email. The universe is awesome. But you know what, Legal? Just remember, okay, all of you that are having troubles. Oh, thank you, Casey. I'm how do you change the world? One person at a time. You know? If I can help you benefit, if you can benefit for things that I've been through, then I am helping change the world. Okay. Love you too, Tiffany. Love all of you. You guys are awesome. Scarlett, I'm just as human as you are, honey. I'm just as human as you are. Yes, group hug. My goodness. Well, something has shifted because I'm starting to get a lot more feedback from the readings and stuff now. People are commenting more. I haven't really had a lot of comments and stuff. So the energy's shifting some. Be interesting to see. It'll be 2 years, December 28th, that I started the channel. Prison break. But you know, Scarlett, that doesn't mean that you can't sit and visualize talking to him while he's sitting in his prison cell. Okay? Is it just me or the emoji looks like it's about to grab your boobs? This group is your prison break. Good. Casey's awesome. Yeah, she's quite the, like I said, she's quite the mover and shaker. Ellis, all you ladies are awesome. You're all awesome. How are you feeling, Elle? You feeling better, hon? Oh my gosh, moonshine, huh? So I went back to Iowa, and there's a whole story in there. My great grandpa was part of the Mormon Battalion, and for participating in the Mormon Battalion, they gave him 160 acres. So he started Green Hollow, Iowa. So I had never been there, and I was probably about 16 at the time. My cousin took me back there to meet some of the distant cousins. They were making moonshine. They were making moonshine. I said, that's funny. You know, you've only had. Okay, have you guys ever made lemon balm moon tea? Okay, when you make lemon balm moon tea, okay, set it. In fact, now would be the perfect time. Okay, with the moon still almost full. Okay, but throw some lemon balm out in a sun tea jar and let it set. It helps clear blockages. I told you in September the energy was going to shift. Now they're predicting that this month is not supposed to be all that good, but the energy has shifted. Lemon balm moon tea, yeah. It helps clear blockages. Lemon balm is very, very soothing anyway. So Scarlett, you might want to think of that. Get some lemon balm. So we have 2 full moons this month. We have one again on Halloween. Oh, thanks, Arlene. You haven't astro traveled yet. Yeah. So the 7th, okay, Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th. I'm not ready for that. Okay, so I think Mars is still retrograde. That's what I said. Oh no. The new moon is in Libra on the 17th. So that's supposed to help bring some balance to things. But then that's part of the reason that the energy is shifted is because we're in Libra now. Yeah. Aha. So since you like essential oils, Scarlett, maybe you want to try the lemon balm too. The Capricorn Sun, Venus, Scorpio Moon, and Pisces Rising. So you're very hardworking, you're very passionate, and very intuitive. So, Scarlett, this is one of the reasons that I do this, okay? If you want to change the world, you have to start with yourself. Yeah, Mercury retrograde starts the 13th. We're in the shadow period of that now. So don't sign any contracts if you can avoid it. And if you do, okay, make sure you read through everything. Because we're in the shadow period for about 2 weeks before. So we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde now. And like I said, Scarlett, if you want to change the world, this is what I'm trying to do. Don't be scared of the retrograde, okay? Retrogrades are there for us to reevaluate things, okay? Ginger too, yeah. Rewind, review, redo. Exactly, Casey. It's nothing to be scared of. It's just sometimes give us a rewind to go back and look at things that have happened so we can reevaluate it. It's almost like the judgment card, okay? Call to awaken, to pay attention to what's going on, to see if you need to learn everything. It's just it can be a little challenging sometimes. Sad cap cusp sun. Are you a little stubborn, Tiffany? It may be it may not be a lack of communication, Scarlett. Okay, it's not a lack of communication. It's like the judgment card. It's an awakening to pay attention to what's going on, okay? Oh, but it's there for a reason. The universe has to give us a little bit of time to reevaluate things, you know? Movers and shakers just want to move forward and get things done. I know. What the heck? Where's my phone? Hold on, let me grab my phone. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. How funny. Well, I have no idea where my phone is. I'll find out. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Mercury. Yeah, I got it. I know I got to get a new phone this Black Friday. Yeah. It was in the kitchen. I haven't been anywhere today, so. Yeah. Thank you. That's one of my favorite songs now. That in what's the other one? I can't even think of who it's by right now. It's the one that rings when my daughter calls. I can't think of the name of it. What is it? Five of my 12 planets are all in Libra. And they go from the very beginning to the very end. Aquarius, Leo. So if you want to learn something about astrology, look at one of your charts and ask for the progressed planets. Because as you go through your life, there's planets that move in a different way through your life. And a lot of times you feel like, something's changing. I don't know what it is. If you're going to look at the progressed planets, then sometimes you're at 29 degrees and ready to go into something new. Okay. So that was kind of interesting. I think I had three. I looked a couple months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I had 3 progressed planets were getting ready to shift into a new sign. So I would hope so after 21 years of feeling like I'm stuck. Yeah. Your Mars is Leo. Have any of you been having some very, very weird dreams? Oh. So I woke up Tuesday morning at 4 a.m, mad as hell. Yeah, mad as hell. So I've had 2 dreams where my twin flame's mother. Yeah, I've been drained too. Yesterday was bad. I was trying to finish those readings, and like I said, my daughter called and told me, "You need to get off. You're tired, Mom." I couldn't even do the reading. It was so bad. And that was on Virgo. But I woke up at 4 a.m, mad as a son of a gun. And I don't get mad, okay? And it was my twin flame. Ugh. Why do you contact me? Why do you bother me? Why do you talk to me every night? You have no intention of coming back. Okay, so Wasan, what color is the water? Was it clear? Was it mucky? Was it moving? That all means something. Okay, but like I said, is the water clear? Is it moving? Is it brown? Water deals with emotions, okay? But if the water's clear, it's one thing. If it's I wonder if I have that book handy. I have a book by Henry Colton. Yeah, Pluto going direct is supposed to shift a lot of energy for everybody. Okay, so the water's clear. Hold on, let me grab a book. If you ever get a chance to get this book, it's Watch Your Dreams by Henry Colton. This is talking about some of the older books. Okay. Okay. And she talks a lot about the soul and dreams and what kind of instructions you go through in the night. She she explained to me why I was kept getting attacked by my ankles. She breaks down some of the meanings of things. Okay, so water is a symbol of emotional initiation and astral initiation. Bathing, fall into water, etc. A cascade of water, like a waterfall, or clear water, is spiritual power and purification. Oh my goodness. So like I said, like muddy, they talk about muddy water, lake water, dark water, water in the basement. Okay, so if you're dreaming about being in the basement of the house, they're talking about the more of the physical level. If you're dreaming about the attic, that seems to be more of the spiritual level. PowerPoint decks. Girl, you work in a logical field though. Not in union with my twin flame. And he's telling me he's been telling me for 3 years that he's coming back, and he hasn't come back, and it's like, ugh. I even had a dream where his mother came to me twice and told me that he really does love you. He's just angry right now. And I woke up mad then too and said, well, if he loves me, then where is he? Every night he talks to me. Every night. And it's hard to move on. This is what Daisy and I were talking about this the other night. I don't feel like this man is ever going to be ready for a relationship. Because we're learning things from each other. So look at this, Scarlett. Okay. No, not on the phone. We talk on a spiritual level. He comes in my dreams. He comes in 5th dimension. Exactly. Okay, so dogs represent family for one thing, okay? Now, black can either be negativity or black can be the yet to be manifested, okay? It is painful, but you know what? I'm still trying to live my life. Okay, so Scarlett, this is what I told you the other night, okay? Twin flames separate in order for each one of them to learn things, okay? You need to start learning to heal yourself, to love yourself, and he's dealing with his own stuff. When twin flames go into separation, it's because you both need to learn something. Okay? So if you start learning to love yourself and clearing all that negativity, then you and him will have a healthier relationship. Otherwise, when you two reunite, that fear is going to destroy you. Look up dogs. This is an old book. That's what I was saying. Some of the teachers from like the 30s and 40s are just awesome. You just work in yours, huh? Okay, so this book was originally written in 1973. And Anne Colton really goes into depth about a lot of the different layers of the universe, okay? So there's the physical world, the lower astral world, islands of light, the first heaven, which is the higher astral world, second heaven, which is spheres of light or hall of wisdom, third heaven is the realm of light in the archetypal kingdom. Now, we have had more stuff open up. We have the fourth heaven and we have the fifth heaven, the fifth dimension. Oh, back in 1973, I don't think they were talking about PowerPoints, hon. But to me, PowerPoints are creating things, okay? PowerPoints are almost like a flow chart, aren't they? Okay. Manifesting, yeah. It's a lesson. So now see, Scarlett, the separation right now is for time for you to work on you. Okay? And that's why I gave you lessons. Sit down every morning and talk about 3 things that you love about yourself. Why do you want to prove something? Yeah, I think Casey's working too hard too, okay? Because she's not getting out of the house. She's stuck at home. But Scarlett, you have to know that even when you're not physically together, you're still together on other levels. And again, Scarlett, who does that belong to? Send it back to who it came from. I love that, teardrops. Send the doubt and the fears back to whoever it came from. It's not all yours. Again, what percentage of those doubts and fears are yours, Scarlett? What percentage? Give me a number. First number that comes into your head. So 3 to 6% of everything that you were feeling, okay, is yours. The rest, again, the rest is everybody else's. Send it back to whoever it came from with love and consciousness. So that'd be 94 to 90% of everything that you're feeling is not even yours. No whether you're overwhelmed, okay? You need to send it back with love and consciousness. Yeah, when you're stuck at home, not going into the office, not getting a break, you're gonna have nightmares about work. They're basic tools, Scarlett. They can make a huge difference, okay, hon? Just several times a day, ask yourself when this stuff pops up, what percentage of this is mine, and send the rest back. Oh yeah, you've got an awesome job, hon. And you were awesome at it. That's yeah. Okay, now a karmic can also be drawn to you like that also, hun. It doesn't necessarily mean he's twin flame. It could be a karmic. You remind the boss every day. Good for you, Tiffany. Again, setting boundaries, even if it's on a spiritual level. I'm just tired, absolutely tired of being told he's coming back, and that's why I don't even listen to readings anymore. They're all saying the same thing. Sometimes we don't know, Scarlet. Okay, so your mom and dad can be a soulmate. You only have one twin flame. A karmic is somebody that agreed to come in and help you go through certain lessons in your lifetime. Okay? I know where my twin flame is, but he's a mess. This man This man has more pain, more doubt, everything that you do, Scarlet. Okay? And he's not on a spiritual path. His main thought is that if he doesn't change his ways, he's going to go to hell. Okay? So I thought that was interesting because he's very religious, and I think that, yeah, he does push me away. Okay? So my thing is, okay, he's religious, I'm spiritual. I imagine they could, Tiffany. Oh, yeah. He lives in fear and isolation. And he's very angry. Very angry. No, I've reached out to him a few times. He doesn't answer. Well, he did once. Hello, 100 Days. Mm-hmm. So my first two husbands and my dad were all karmic. Okay, so we also come in about, good to see you, hon. Okay, what we do is we come in about 500 people, 500 spirits in a soul group, and we interact with each other over several lifetimes. Like I said, we make soul contracts. We discuss lessons that we're going to learn in each lifetime. Okay, let's hear it. 100 Days. And Scarlet, the only thing you can do is work on you. If you want to reconnect with your twin flame, you need to work on you. We trigger each other for a reason. There are things we have to heal. Go ahead, 100 Days. You know, I have been introverted. You have to apologize to Tatty for what I did in the past lives. Exactly. Yes. Yes, 100 days. Okay. They, this is one of the things I tell you, like tarot, and tarot is a tool. You can be used for control and manipulation, or it can be, or something to help and heal. Okay. Now, what, see, this is my issue with channeling. Okay. If you have somebody that channels, okay, You want to pay attention to what kind of personality they have. Because if they have a mean, ornery little streak in them, okay, channel is in mediumship, okay? If they have a mean, ornery little streak in them, they're going to draw in that same kind of entity. So this is, I have an issue with mediumship and channeling, okay? Oh, I'm tired of being dive bombed. I was trying to take a nap earlier. Exactly. Exactly. I this is why I tell you guys, okay, if you get a reading from somebody, don't give your power away to a reading. Okay? Question everything. Question everything that I tell you, everything I teach you, because you need to find your own truth. Okay? And don't get readings all the time, because then you become dependent on them. That reminds me of an energy vampire, 100 days. Okay? But look what's here. Look at everybody here. Everybody here is awesome. Very loving, caring. Oh, yeah. To me, that's an energy vampire. This is what I told you, Scarlett. Do not give your power away to reading. If you hear something that you don't like, make a choice and change it. Okay? So, okay. So, there are people, okay. This is one of the things that they talk about in the Dark Side of the Light Chasers. They were making references to studies that had been done. Okay? Now, they pick up energetically on the people they can make victims. Yeah. Okay? They energetically pick up on somebody they can pick on. Okay? So, serial killers will hone in on somebody, okay, that will not kill for any reason. They seem to know energetically. Yep. Yep. But they seem to hone in on people that they can do that to. Okay? This is just an example. Now, serial killers hone in on people that will not kill for any reasons. But this is part of the thing. This is what the Dark Side of the Light Chasers references some of these things. If you are not willing to kill to defend yourself or your family, okay, then that makes you a victim. The ability to defend yourself, okay, to tap into that energy is part of your gift. Okay? But if you do not believe in killing for any reason, that makes you a victim. And they pick up on that energy. It's the same thing with these readers. Okay? And this person, again, energy vampires. Scarlet, I think that might be what you're talking about. Yeah. Energy vampires. And the dark side thrives on your fear. Yep. They draw you in and then they pounce. And they're energetically picking up on who they can and can't do that to. So I would kind of meditate on this 100 days. Where okay. So 100 days meditate on where you're. Okay, let's do this. Okay, close your eyes, hon. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. Now, I might let them do a bunch of stuff to me. Okay. Oh, you can't close your eyes. Okay, so what you're going to do when you get a chance is close your eyes. I want you to energetically look at your auric field. You're going to see stuff floating around in there. Okay, so what you're going to do, if you have a circle, you're going to make another circle in white, and you're going to bounce them together to neutralize the energy. Okay, I also want you to ask your healing team to identify any tears, holes, anything that are in your auric field that this person can get in and do that to you. Okay. I would also see if this person has attached any cords to you. So when you close your eyes, visualize any cords. Make sure there's no cords coming in your back. Make sure you spin the body around and see. Ask your healing team to color code any cords that are attached to you, okay, that are not appropriate, that are not for your higher good, to color code them red, okay? Neutralize them, cut them, dissolve all ends, and then heal the area. Because this person is probably tapped into your energy field. Okay, now, if you have any friends that are connected through this person also, make sure that they are not tapping in cords through your friends to you also to suck your energy. Looks like a Care Bear. Okay. Make sure you cut them and dissolve all ends. But before you do that, hon, make sure you neutralize everything, because you don't know if it's an implant. Implants can explode and cause all kinds of problems. And Scarlet, you should do the same thing, okay? I want you to scan your body, especially in the areas where you're having illness. Yes, yes. Scarlet, any places that you're having illnesses, scan those areas and ask your healing team to identify anything that is corded, okay? Any implants, anything that you need to be aware of that's not for your higher good, okay? And have your healing team, ask your healing team to neutralize it, okay? Cut, dissolve. But see, that's the thing. We're trusting, okay? We're trusting. This is where your shadow side comes in. I'm bad at about that, because see, I have a tendency to look for only the good in people. But I am learning more to trust my intuition. So, do you think you're a bad person like that? Okay, so what I do for grounding, hon, okay, you can use crystals. You can use essential oils. What I do to ground, though, is I visualize the whole part of my from boobs down. I visualize my body as a tree trunk. And then I visualize my feet going down into the ground and circling around the heart of the earth. Yeah, we do have. Yeah, I think a lot of that is ego, hun. Yep. Right. But you want to spiritually ground yourself also, not just physically ground yourself, okay? Now, do you what kind of spiritual protection do you guys put on? Hi, Divine Universe. Divine Universe, tell me three things that you love about yourself. So, some of you tell me how you put spiritual protection on. Hi, hun. I'm glad you came by. Okay. Before you leave, tell me three things you love about yourself. Okay. So, what I do is I ask for the white Christ light of protection. Infinite miles above, infinite miles below, infinite miles around and through, inside and out. And I ask that to be out into infinity throughout eternity. And then I ask for Archangel Michael's energy to come in and surround that. And then I ask for this golden honey colored from the universe to surround and seal all that. That's what I do. Hey, El. Stupid flies. You know, it's funny. You talk about looking 10 years younger. Okay. So, my former in laws, a lot of them are younger than me. They all look 20 years older than me because they smoke and they drink. Yes. So, that's just what I do. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds good. 100 days. I do have to say, I don't look my age. I'm an old lady already. Let's see if they dive bomb me again. Stupid things. Possessiveness, jealousy, and sensitive. So, you raised hell in your 20s. I was quiet and introverted. Yeah. Divine universe. What are the three things that okay, you're honest, compassionate. Okay, but looking 10 years younger is not, yeah. But looking younger is a physical thing. I want you to go within, okay? I want you to go within and see what you love about yourself. Okay. Okay, Tiff. Yeah. Yeah. But that's still something outside of yourself. I want you to look in at some of your characteristics. Okay? Look at some of your characteristics. See, that's awesome, Elle. That's awesome. My kids tell me that you let people walk all over you. But you know what? I'm going to look for the best in people. I don't care who it is. And if they do me wrong, that, like I said, that's a reflection of who they are. That's not a reflection of who I am. And that doesn't mean I have to have those people in my life. You know, just like 100 days, you know, that's a reflection of who that person is. That's not a reflection of you. So don't try to say that you're mirroring your, okay? Because they're just somebody that's picking up on your energy and they're taking advantage. Girl, you have 3 teenagers? I have a 45-year-old, a 43-year-old, a 27-year-old, and a 23-year-old. I'm old. I have 11 grandchildren, and 3, 4, 5, 6 great grandchildren and another one on the way. Okay. Clear that. Yes. I'll do that right now. You have 2 boys, 32 and 21? Yeah. To cut the cord into teeth. So this is one of the reasons I have you look at your energy field, hun. Okay? And scan your body. Scarlett, when I was growing up, I had to see things when I was little, but my mom terrified me about a lot of things. She was raised in Unity Church, and I think she misunderstood a lot of the concepts, okay? She terrified me of everything, and I think I used to see things as a child. I used to sleep summer, winter, all year long. I don't care how hot it was. I slept with my head covered all night. Oh my gosh. You guys shouldn't be in awe of me. We're all the same. We're all the same. We're just helping each other. Thank you, ladies. Okay, Scarlett, when is that book coming? When is The Dark Side of the Light Chasers coming? Elle is the one I was telling you about. She's working on that book too. You're all beautiful inside and out, ladies. You just need to see it. You need to acknowledge it. So, divine universe, like I said, you know, we can all be trusting and loving, okay? But if somebody does bad for you, that's a reflection of who they are. That's not a reflection of you. That doesn't mean you have to have them in your life. Yes, everyone here has a beautiful soul. You know, it's like I love my older son to the moon and back and beyond, but he's so negative, I don't have to have him in my life, you know? In fact, both my boys are that way. It's like my older son is like the father for my younger son. And my oldest son is like his dad, who was a narcissist, you know? Sometimes, okay, so I have a lady that comes in sometimes. Her name is Angel D. She's having problems with her son. She just cut cords with him. Sometimes you need to cut cords with them, okay, in order to shift the energy. You can cut cords with him and ask him to reattach in a more healthy, loving way. I was scared to do that, but I had to go in and cut cords because my ex was coming in through all my children and my grandchildren. So I had to cut cords with the whole family, okay? And then I had to reinvite my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids to come back in. And it was interesting to see who came in first. It was one of my grandsons. Ah, so has there been any shift since you cut cords, Divine? Yeah, that's the problem. There's people we won't invite back in. And it's kind of funny. My second husband, for my birthday, just tried to reach out to me on Facebook. He wanted me to friend him. It's like, no, I'm not buying into that energy. Yes, we can love them, but that doesn't mean we have to have them in our lives. Setting boundaries, choices, and decisions. Sometimes we have to love ourselves, yeah, more than what they do to us. Okay. I don't love them and I leave them. Have you had any more phone calls, Elle? Oh, it's just a choice. Like you made a choice not to answer the phone the other day. You know. Yeah. Send it back. So the only thing you can do, Divine, is put them into God's hands for protection and for further learning. Okay, release them to their higher good. You know, that's all we can do. We can't change them. I'm sorry, hon. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but I put up with years of going because I was going over and seeing my grandkids. But it's interesting, my older grandkids keep in touch with me. But the three kids that he has with the wife he has now, they're the youngest one is 18 now. They make no effort to keep in touch with me. But I was going down there all the time to see them. There's no effort to reciprocate. Oh my gosh, girl. Ugh. And what did he say when you gave him the dog? And if he's only 21, I'd say in about 3 years he's going to start realizing. In 3 to 4 years he's going to start realizing how smart you are, hun. Because they tell the story about when they're teenagers and early 20s, they think that you don't know nothing, and then by the time they're in their 60s they say, gee, mom was the smartest person I know. Okay. You funny Elle. Hi Priscilla, how are you doing tonight? A golden doodle, oh my gosh. And he didn't say anything to you? So, Priscilla, I want you to tell me 3 things that you love about yourself. So, Tiffany's mom just got a half wolf, okay? And that dog is more Tiffany's than her mom's. Ah, yeah. 586 subs. There was a 587 this morning. Yeah. Oh yeah. So, just put him in God's hands for his higher gooey higher for his higher ugh, got one. Sorry, Tink. She's like, "No, you're going to hit me." You're showing 587? Yeah. Yeah. And I always told my grandkids, I said, I would wait till you're about 28 before you get married. And they've all pretty much waited till they're a little older to get involved with somebody, but not to 28. Yeah. You know, I read somewhere that they did a study years and years ago that you can't, okay, so you can't, how was it? Okay, they don't even comprehend that death is real until they're about 25. Okay, it's almost like everything's a video game. It's not real. Death is not real, and they don't comprehend that it's real until they're about 25. That I stick for and help the mentally handicapped. I have a passion for that. Okay, now I want you to shift that, Priscilla. Make that a little more personal. Priscilla, make that a little more personal. I'm making everybody dig deep tonight. What do you love about you? That's more working outside of yourself. What do you love about you? Now, the one I can accept is because you're a little quirky, okay? But the other two are more outside of yourself. What do you love about you? Give me 2 things you love about you. Yes, green eyes are rare. So my dad had blue eyes with the gold in the middle, okay? And one of my nieces has the blue eyes with the gold. My youngest son has the blue eyes with the gold. He's the only one that came close to having my eye color. So the oldest and the youngest, both their eyes are almost black and they have different dads. My oldest daughter, her eyes are rust colored. And then the youngest one has the blue with the gold in it. But again, teardrops, that's something you're doing outside of yourself. What do you love about you? See, that's better, Priscilla. You're kind. What else? Give me 2 more. I want you to internalize this, not something that's outside of yourself, something inside of yourself. Al, you never did answer me. Are you feeling any better, hon? I almost sent you a leak today, Tiffany, on the wolf sanctuary down here. They had a live video on. Yes, yes. See, now you're getting it. That was still something out. Okay, I want you to shift that bonus, teardrops and roses. That's something outside of yourself. Give me one more thing. Girl, are they ever going to test you? I just kind of get the feeling that there's a little bit of a karmic situation going on with some of the higher ups. For somebody to say, well, almost nobody has died from this and then come down with it. That seems like a karmic situation to me. I'm sorry I missed it, Elle. Yeah. Hey, Riddy. Riddy, did you give me 3 reasons that you didn't give me 3 reasons. Give me 3 reasons you love yourself and not something outside of yourself, something internal. Because you popped in and out earlier. Yep, you didn't give me anything. Good for you. Pay attention to your body. Something internal, Riddy, not your lips. Okay? You love your brain, but that's not a trait. That's something physical. Got to listen to your body. Your body will tell you things before anything else. You love that you're true to yourself, yeah, and you don't care what people think, but that's still something outside of yourself, hon. I want you to tell me something you love about your characteristic, your personal characteristics, not something outside of you, okay? I love that I'm kind. I love that I'm caring. I love that I'm open-minded. I want you to tell me what characteristics you love about yourself. It's been a little bit of a challenge for a few ladies tonight, okay? I love that I'm open-minded and love to learn. I love that I'm sensitive. See, that's what I'm talking about. Give me 2 more, Priscilla. You should be getting up every morning and focusing on some things you love about yourself. Yeah, there's a sanctuary down here in Colorado Springs. Yes. But that's still something outside of your L. What do you, three characteristics? Okay, that's still not something personal. You love that you stand by your, yeah. That's it. See, you love your flaws. That's a part of you. That's part of the shadow side. What are we doing? We have new people coming in and we're still talking about things you love about yourself. We had some new people come in, so we're having them. Priscilla's still working on a couple things that she loves about herself. I know. It's all still send some healing energy to L. That's good, Priscilla. Okay. I'm waiting, Rudy. Come on, Rudy. Three things that you love about yourself. Don't look outside of yourself. Look within, okay, hon? And you're not alone, Rudy. There's been a couple other people that have had troubles coming up with stuff too, okay? One more, Priscilla. I think it did me a lot of good. So I went, you see that you love that you're caring, sensitive. One more, hon. See, that's going within. Yeah. Yeah, she does, but she's got to acknowledge it. That's the thing. I know. So, so I have some girls that are like my adopted daughters, right? They call me Mama Bear, or they call me Rainbow Song Mama Bear. And I have a shirt now that says Mama Bear, and then I've got a hat that says Mama Bear. Yes, I love my take charge personality. Good for you. See, Riddy, that's going within instead of looking outside of yourself. Okay. Yes, Darlene's a boss. One more, Priscilla. One more, Priscilla. Your daughter's having a challenge here, Darlene. And Riddy, I'm going to ask you to give me one more. That's good. Oh, so you're done with work now, huh? Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, yeah. One more, Riddy. One more, hun. Yeah, I bet you're tired. So This is something else you could do. Okay, 100 days, fluff your aura and see if it gives you a little more energy. Okay? Fluff your aura. Sometimes that'll help. So fluff your aura and then go rest. Okay, hon? Priscilla, Reedy, one more. One more. You take it easy, 100, okay? I know, it's been a long day. It's been a long week. So I'm going to take a suggestion somebody gave me. So sometime during the week, I'll sit down and do a 3 or 4 pick a card thing. You're colorful. Yeah. Colorful personality. I am open to receiving. I am loving, caring. I am gentle. I am open to learning things. Yes. By Friday, you're fried. Okay, Al. So, what else would you ladies like to talk about tonight? You got to work the next 3 days? Oh, 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 oh. So, the Bible talks about looking to the clouds. The shepherds used to look to the clouds for signs. Oh, I know. Caring, sensitive, and kindness. Yes, good. Okay. So the shepherds used to watch the skies from August until approximately November 11th. Do any of you ever notice symbols in the clouds in the sky? Okay. So I was taking the kids one morning. It was an early Saturday morning. We were going into the chiropractor, and I'm driving west on Colfax in Denver. And I look up, and there's one cloud in the sky, perfect shape of a swan. And I said, "What? Look at that." And my kids had been sleeping in the back. They jumped up and they said, "What?" I said, "Look at the swan." And they said, "Wow, really does look like a swan." So I was telling one of my friends that afternoon, and we went to a Kmart on Colfax, not too far from where I was when I saw the first one. We pulled out of Walmart and was heading west on Colfax again. There's another swan. I said, "Look at that. See, I told you there's a swan in the sky." Yes, you can ask your question, hon. So she's laughing and she goes, Yep, you're right. There's a swan. So then we went to a metaphysical store And I opened up the newspaper and there was a swan. And I said, oh, and that's when I was going through divorce. Swans are also surrendering to the universe for transformation and change. So I'm going to ask you, ladies, ask the universe for a gift in the next 48 hours and see what happens. Yes, swans mate for life. Okay. Waterfowl, most of the waterfowl mate for life. Okay, 1111 is a sign from the angels that you're on the right path, for one. Okay. I think you seeing those combination of numbers is just, you're a swan. That's awesome. I think you, okay, some people say when you see 1111 or when you see some of those patterns, focus on what you want in your life. But I think that you seeing those recurring numbers is for you to be aware that the universe is listening to you, okay? To pay attention to what you're thinking, pay attention to what you're focusing on, okay? But it's the universe's way of communicating to you when you say those repeating numbers. And you could Google what each number means, okay? But it's definitely universe communicating with you, hon. I'm not sure what all the numbers are, but the repeated patterns like that is definitely some communication from the universe. So the Native American book I have talks about swans. The swan came along and was told that if you want to go through transformation and change, you need to surrender to the universe. So she surrendered to the universe and she came back as the full swan instead of, she was the ugly duckling. But once she surrendered to the universe and she came back through the transformation, and she came back as the beautiful swan. But it's talking about surrendering to the universe. Okay, there's no such thing as an accident, hun. Okay, but that's the universe communicating with you. 5-5 is change and transformation. Yeah. Yeah, Leo Fire 555. Well, I was sure grateful when he showed up the other day with Scarlett. He needed a little bit of help shifting that energy. Was that yesterday? Girl, I don't even know what day's what anymore. Yeah. Yes. And I just hate seeing Scarlett go what she's going through, but it's such a process that it's 11. Yeah, 11. We're talking about those numbers right now, and there they are. Palo Santo. Oh, you've been seeing your birthday? Okay, so let me Google that. What's 1106? Let me look. Angel number is 1106. Angel number 1106 is a sign from your guardian angel that your future and your destiny will depend on your decisions. And what do I try to teach you guys? To make choices and decisions. They are reminding you that you are the one in charge of your life and that you should keep your thoughts positive. Positive attitude and focus will help you through tough times. It can also represent the need to balance your financial life, financial education, work, material plans and desires, as well as the certainty that the material aspects is indeed important and should not be neglected. However, if you happen to receive too much attention, it will unbalance your life. So what are you focusing on, hon? It asks that you work on your spirituality and stay centered on those worthy thoughts to keep focus and to stay in gratitude. Yeah. Oh, you should have been here yesterday, teardrops. What'd you realize, Casey? Everything is always perfect. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. It's all lessons and learning. Everything is perfect. Everything is in divine timing. Everything. You're right, Casey. It just is. Yeah. Yeah. I usually just do sage, but then I picked up some Palo Santo. It's kind of interesting because there used to be a metaphysical store down in Denver, and it closed down. Okay. So I found out accidentally that the people that bought the feed store over here, the mother is the one that used to have the metaphysical store. And she had a bunch of Palo Santo and some crystals and things like that for sale. Yeah. So it's like, wow, it's following me. Look for the good in everything, okay, hon? You know, everything is a lesson. Like I said, there's no good or bad. Everything is lesson, everything is learning. Oh, got another one. And eating healthier. And we were talking about eating healthy the other night. Did your mom get that book yet? Yeah. Just look at everything. Everything that happens is, what do I need to learn from that? What do I need to learn? What am I looking for? Oh. You're eating. So it was interesting because Darlene brought up some stuff. She goes, well, I'm not asking about spiritual talk. She goes, I'm asking about health. So we sat here and talked about health. What was that, a couple weeks ago, hon? Ah, lavender, yes. So I had a bunch of friends tell me you need to start taking a rose bath every day. Well, the bathtub I have doesn't plug. And it's super small. I would have to order a rubber bathtub or something to take a bath. It's so small. Okay. So Casey, who does it belong to? Send it back with love and consciousness. So so they kept telling me to take a rose bath. I said, oh, I can't do it with this bathtub. So I put some rose oil into a spray bottle, and when I get out of the shower, I just spray that. Okay, I just spray it all over me. Don't tell him to take it back. Send it back with love and consciousness. It may not be somebody here, though, hon. See that fly dive bomb me? Oh, that sounds good. I have a whole bag of rose now, and it's sitting in the bathroom. I mean, it was like 3 pounds of roses, and it just makes the whole upstairs smell good. Yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Yeah, it was like me and Darlene and Priscilla, and there was just a few of us there that night. So instead of spiritual talk, we talked about health. Yeah. Sometimes that's what we need. Whatever we need to talk about, like tonight. Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany was there. I think Tiffany tries not to miss anything that I do, either on here or on Facebook. And Darlene has been with me since I started. Yes. And this is what I was trying to tell Scarlett earlier. You know, that's why I keep recommending the books Molecules of Emotions by Candace Pert and Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. They talk about how our health responds to our thoughts. You know, awesome books. I read the Molecules of Emotions when I was going to college, because I was going to college for integrative therapeutic practices. I was going to bring the alternative health with the traditional health together. And I ran out of credits. I couldn't finish it. They had even waived, because of my breathing, my asthma, they had waived me having to take the biology classes. Oh, honey, I'm not that quick. But they're dead. As soon as I pick up the fly swatter, they disappear. They know. They know. That's funny now that you bring that up. I have gone like that and caught a fly in my hand before. And then I was shocked because I did it. Yeah, little pesky spirits. Somebody was telling me that flies represent pests or peoples that are spying on you. That's why I don't like to kill things. Oh, you guys are going to make me have a swelled head here. Fly on the wall. Yeah. Yeah. A sign that somebody's watching you. I think, Darlene, I think it's because, like I said, the doctors were failing me for all those years. Back then, they didn't believe in probiotics. I got mad at the doctor in the hospital one time. I said, "Don't tell me that. That's just the theory of the day." I said, 35 years ago, you guys all said that probiotics were bull. Now you're telling everybody to take probiotics. It's all the theory of the day. I know, I know. I have an electric zapper back here. So, so my daughter hit a deer a few days ago. Okay. And she reminded me, okay, so Bobby Hill, we're not doing readings, we're doing spiritual talk. Ah. So if you have any spiritual questions, bring them up, hun. I don't like to kill anything. But these guys are dive bombing me. I was trying to take a nap earlier, and even with my face covered, they were getting under the blankets and going for me. Yeah, this energy this week has not been letting me sleep. And then, like I said, twin flame popping up. I don't get mad. I don't get angry. Not very often. Okay, there's a veterinarian clinic right here. Okay. For one thing, the weather's getting cold, and there's a ton of flies over here because there's horses. So it's not so much in the house. Prebiotics feed the probiotics. Yeah. So the horses draw the flies, and the cold weather is bringing them in. So like I said, prebiotics feed the probiotics. So I've been taking probiotics for a year, and all of a sudden it seemed like they weren't working. So I added some prebiotics, and it shifted everything. And it's interesting because they are actually taking things from healthy people and implanting them into the intestines of sick people in order for them to rebuild the healthy bacteria in the intestinal tract. Vinegar and dish soap? Yeah. So one year I took a baggie of water and put pennies in it and put it by the back door, and I didn't have hardly any flies. Well, I didn't have a lot of flies this year either until now. But then it'll be 45 degrees tonight. So they're all moving in. And then we had a bombardment of moths too. Lots of moths. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, living it. Sometimes I get up in the mornings and there's deer out here. I have raccoons running through here at night. In fact, a few weeks ago, I had baby raccoon running around out here. I heard it chittering, and I went and talked to it out the door, and it came up on the porch and chittered at me and then took off looking for its mom. I know we have some foxes out here. What do we do on this full moon? On the full moon, you're supposed to release things that you don't want. Okay? Because the full moon is going from full to smaller. So that's when you release things. On the new moon, when you want to manifest things or increase things, that's when you write things up that you want, is on the new moon. This is what I was taught, because then it's increasing. I thought it was interesting. Okay, so I was coming home one night and I hit a deer in my I have a 96 Hyundai Accent, and I hit a deer, and I called my son crying up a storm. Oh my gosh, I just hit a deer. And he goes, did you pick it up and bring it home? I said, oh my God. Oh. But I did drive back to see if it was there, but it must have walked off. Yeah. See, foxes, raccoons, and deer. Yeah. So when I was coming back Sunday, I came back through a wilderness area and I ran into a bobcat. I asked my daughter the other night, did you kill the deer? And she goes, no, but it jacked up my car. How are you, Rob? You know, deer actually represents the actually represents the universe opening up pathways for us. The deer has opened up the pathways for us because of unconditional love and trust in the universe. And I looked up bobcat and I don't remember what it said. Oh, secrets. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool because like I said, I go out here on the deck and there's deer. They like this area, especially in the cold weather when there's snow. I go out in the morning and there's pine trees over here in the neighbor's yard. They have like 20 acres. And there's deer laying out there in the snow. And it's only been the last 4 years that the raccoons have been coming through. So, teardrops, ask for your angels to help you remember your dreams and ask for your totem to appear to you in your dreams. I haven't seen any bats, but you know, there's a raven that hangs around here, and a raven talks about tapping into the magic of the universe. Or just take a quiz on, but that's not going to tell you. It's never told me that my totem is an eagle. And I know my totem is an eagle because it told me twice. And the first time I didn't believe it because I didn't think I was worthy of it. Talk about self-esteem issues. And I live in a little town, and when I go a little more farther west in town, I see squirrels, but there's no squirrels over here. Well, I don't know. We used to have a squirrel. The neighbor used to feed a squirrel out here. He used to come up on her porch. Now we do have spirit animals. We do have more than one spirit animal. Ah. Turtles represent Mother Earth, and owls are wisdom. You're so funny, Casey. So, are you one of those people that wakes up between 3 and 5 a.m.? I am. That's crazy. Sometimes I get up and put a reading on and just go to sleep to it. I don't listen to them. It's just somebody talking, I guess. 5:26 a.m. Yeah, just like you told me you were at 5:50, up at 5:55 in the morning working. Yeah. Owls are awesome. Yeah. We have a lot of hawks out here. Hawks are messengers. If you see three hawks, okay, it's like be aware of what's going on around you, or just be aware. Beware, watch for problems, or be aware of what's going on around you. Ah, that's cool. But spiders represent creativity. The Native Americans tell us that the spider is the one that created the written language. And it's interesting, they talk about the ant people. If you go in and study some of the Native American spirituality, that's why you have 526. Okay, they talk about this being the fifth world, and we came out of the fourth world as the ant people. These were people that lived underground. Okay, so what happened at some point in time that we had to live underground and couldn't come out for a while? But other indigenous stories talk about we go through cycles. We go through like 5,000-year cycles, and everything is destroyed and we come back again and again and again. Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, Darlene. I'm usually in bed by 11, but last night I went to bed early. Like I said, my daughter called me and told me, no more readings. You're fine. You need to go to bed. I said, are you watching? She goes, yeah. My pug cats are very, very independent. Oh my God. When I was a child, I could not watch Twilight Zone or Alfred Hitchcock. Scared the hell out of me. You love that you love your sleep. Yeah. Okay. So cats are very intuitive. They're very knowing. They're very secretive. They're very, very independent. What else does it say about cats? I know Yang was asking me about the difference between white tigers and regular tigers, and white tigers are messengers from spirit. The white animals are sacred animals, just like the white buffalo. Let me see if I have cats in here. And I can look in this other book too. Oh, yes, just knock everything off on the floor. White tiger's your guide, yeah. Okay, what does it say about cats too? All right. I just got a book in too, and I haven't even had a chance to look at it on spirit animals. Cat. So the Native Americans ask permission before they kill animals. This in here says that when you kill an animal, you were violating the law, thou shalt not kill, but they used to ask permission. And some of the animals have an awareness. That's what they came in for. Okay. Cat. An astral force, observing various degrees of energy. Emotional magnetism. They can be a psychic protector of the home. So you have two psychic protectors of the home, Casey. Yeah. Cats can be very arrogant. That's just who they are, though. Yeah, yeah. Chanel, how are you, hon? I haven't seen you for a while. Wasn't Mannix like a detective show, hon? I'm allergic to cats. I had a cat that thought it was a dog. I used to call the cat and he'd come running home like he was a puppy dog. But the Native Americans did ceremony to ask permission of the animals to kill them, and then they gave gratitude afterwards. Oh, yeah, I bet they are very playful. Very playful. See, I ordered these. I tell you guys, all the donations, I put them back into the channel, okay? I haven't played with these yet. I haven't sat down and read it yet. So these are next. And I'm still concentrating on the transparent tarot that Casey bought me. So, Kit and Cat, yeah. She should have named him Kit and Cat because she talks about Kit Kats all the time. Chanel, are you still here, hon? You're welcome, 100 Days. Yeah. You have a good night, hon. Oh, yeah. You know, wolves actually represent family. They have the closest hierarchy to what we have, and they represent family. So, yeah, I almost sent you that link today. I did bookmark it on my Facebook, though. I think I did. Girl, I've been in a daze all day. They're very much part of the family. They're very, very much, they have to be in that inner circle. Yeah. I miss my lab. I miss my lab. Hi, Tamana. So Tamana, tell me 3 things that you love about yourself. Chanel, did you leave, hon? Oh, yeah. Animals are amazing. And it's funny because as we expand and grow, the consciousness of the animals expands and grows also. My daughter has 2 pit bulls. One of them is pure white, Okay, Tamana, we're not doing any readings tonight. We're doing spiritual talk. Oh, yeah. So so they had a friend that had, so they had Kai first. Okay, she's a lab, not a lab. She's a pit bull. She's a mix. I'm trying to Rottweiler. She's a pit bull Rottweiler mix. So this guy was abusing her. So they took her away from him. He went out and got another dog. He got a pure blood white pit bull, and this pit bull is deaf. He asked them to watch the dog for him for a few days and never came back and got it. Now my daughter is the boss, okay? And she taught the pit bull sign language. And one day he didn't want to come in. He turned his head and ignored her. And her mother-in-law says, you know, I never would have believed if I hadn't seen it, that he actually was, he turned his head so he didn't have to see you calling him back. She goes, just like a kid. Very loving dog. So, like I said, we all have abilities and we have a tendency to pick and choose what we want. So he lays next to the food and he growls. Well, that's because he was starving to death. I was thinking about this one night. I was watching him and I thought, why does he growl when he's next to any kind of food, not just dog food? And he told me, he says, because he used to starve me to death. He used to beat me and used to kick me in the stomach all the time. I said, oh my God, poor dog. And then my friend Amy and I both picked up on the other dog. She growls whenever you touch her stomach. And we both picked up on that in another lifetime, she had been attacked by a lion or a tiger and was still alive when they tore her open. Ugh. So she remembers that, and she don't like anybody to touch her stomach. Now, German Shepherds are very, very one-person owner. My daughter lived with a guy that got a German Shepherd pup. Okay, Casey, you have a good night, okay? He bought a German Shepherd pup, but that pup was only focused on him. He tolerated my daughter because she fed him and watered him and took him for walks. He hated everybody else. Very, very territorial. So when they broke up, he got together with another lady and he was going after her dog. So he put him to sleep. That's so sad. Yeah. I had my lab for 13. She was my best friend. And it was funny. I had a reading that year. This guy was from New Mexico, came up for the psychic fair, and he tells me, you're going to meet the love of your life this year. That's the year I got my dog. That's the year I got my lab. So I have to keep saying, I'm looking for the love of my life for the rest of my life. Or how did I put it? I'm looking for the love of my life, the best that I've had up till now. Yeah. Well, and now I've got the pug. She's 12 years old and she has good days and bad days. This morning she was jumping all over me like a little puppy, trying to get me up this morning. Yeah. And she used to be my daughter's dog, but boy, when we go down to my daughter's, if I walk out the door, she just comes unglued. She's afraid I'm going to leave her with her. Good night, Darlene. You have an awesome night, hon. So that's what these are what these new cards look like. Card. And we're talking about dogs. Look at this. These are the oracle cards. Cricket. Oh, I know, hon. I watch some of these rescue videos and I just cry. Hippopotamus. My daughter is hooked on hippos. That's got to be one of her totems, okay? Because she just absolutely loves hippos. She subscribes to some of these zoos that have hippos in there. Armadillo. So it was funny because I draw, and one night, okay, I was working swing shift. So it was a slow night one night, and I drew an animal for every one of the people that were working night shift, including the supervisor. I did an armadillo as one guy, and they said, "Oh, Hallie, you hit that on the nose." I did one gal as a fish with big eyes, and they said, "Oh, yeah, you got her on the nose too." If you ever see cardinals, they can represent change for the next year. Okay? Well, yeah, because people can be evil. So look at this eel. Martin. Coyote. I had a bunch of coyotes show up when I had my house. I had a 4,000 square foot house with 40 acres. And one night the coyotes were really, really close to the house. And they were howling. So I went in and I went, "Rah!" Boy, instant silence. Moose. Chameleon. Sugar gliders. Snail. Ooh, look at that snail. Sheep. Porcupine. Porcupine also represents boundaries. You'll try that next time? Yeah, they don't like the unexpected. Opossum. The dove. Divine messages. So we were talking about turtles earlier. Here's a tortoise. Home is where the heart is. But turtles also represent Mother Earth. Yeah. Yeah, coyotes don't like anything unexpected. And I've been seeing a lot of porcupines along the road lately. That's something different. It's usually raccoons. But I've been seeing a lot of porcupines. You can't sleep when they come around. You know, I was talking to somebody that had Great Danes, and their Great Danes, yeah, the Great Danes were laying in the grass, and the coyotes were sneaking up on them. They thought, "Oh, there's an animal. I'm going to hurt him," until the Great Dane stood up, this great big old Great Dane, this tall. Man, them coyotes took off like a bat out of hell. Roadrunner. Frog. Hyena. Manatee. Alligator. Squirrel. Flamingo. Look at this. Jaguar. Rooster. Oh my gosh. So I used to raise chickens when I had my house. And my son would go out there and feed him, and the roosters would corner him. He's 12 years old, and he's in the corner crying because the roosters are going after him. But they never went after my daughter, and she was 4 years younger, you know. Goat. Mountain goats. I didn't see any mountain goats the other day. Rhinoceros. Roadrunners, huh? Oh, yeah. I could not watch that cartoon because I could not stand even the coyote being hurt. Peking duck. Look at this polar bear. Jellyfish. Octopus. White buffalo. Do you know that the white buffalo may be born white, but then it turns yellow, then it turns brown, and then it turns black? Those are the colors of the medicine wheel. Those are the 4 colors of races around the world. Okay, black, white, red, and yellow. Yeah. Mouse. Caterpillar. Raven. Yeah, what does the jellyfish say? Let me look. Psychic visionary, compassion, and radiance. Yeah, that's cool. Raven, the magician, talking about magic. Spider, the high priestess. Wow, look at that spider. Bald eagle. Ooh, the emperor. Yeah. Giraffe. Sloth. Stork. I haven't even had a chance to look at these. This is the first time I've had them out. A weasel. Yeah, you got to watch out for the weasels. A white peacock. Ooh. Used to have peacocks. A pig. A puffer fish. Look at how cute. A shark. Oh, the shark is the devil. Nautilus. A warthog is the 2 of cups. Oh, that's funny. I thought it'd be swans or something. A camel. Black panther. A fox. So it's interesting, the foxes we have out here. I didn't think the black foxes existed. That's usually on the East Coast. So we have a bunch of foxes here that might be red on the bottom and black across the, it's like somebody has divided them, a line, right? Black on the top, red on the bottom, or red with a black tail, or black head, red body. Couldn't figure out why. Then we found out the story. There was a guy that moved out here from the East Coast and started a fox farm. He was raising black foxes out here. Okay? And when he moved, when he sold his house, he let all the foxes go. So we have black foxes out here interbreeding with the red foxes, and they're coming out all kinds of colors. Cat, primal instincts landing on your feet. Snake, transformation and change, shedding the old skins. Fly, winning at all costs, pride before the fall. Oh, please, please, universe. I have to look that up. Firefly. How many of you have seen fireflies? Yeah. Bluebird. So I stopped at the stop sign over here one day because I'm right off the highway, and I stopped at the stop sign, and there's a fuzzy little light blue bird. Okay, it's going back and forth in the road in front of me, and I said, okay, this bird's trying to get my attention. But a bluebird of happiness, freedom from strife and emotional storm. Have you ever heard of a blue-footed booby? Hawk. Look at that. Hawk. The messenger. A scarab. Ooh, snow leopard is the hermit. Here's your lion. Mind over matter. Love wins and majesty. Bee. Somebody was asking me what bee meant the other day. Luck, cycles, major karmic events. Wheel of fortune. Interesting. Black swan. Ooh. Shadow self, huh? A woodpecker. Ooh. Ooh. Self-imposed prison. Manta ray. Temperance. Oh, look at the little seal. That's a 10 of cups. Stag. Okay. Okay, I don't know what these are. Hotzen. Interesting. These are the lovers. Dolphin. Ooh. Pangolin. Oh my gosh. Can you guys guess what the Empress is? Just give me a guess what you think the Empress would be. You're not going to believe this. Abundance, creativity, and fertility. That's the Empress card. A cow. Okay. A moth. Look at that moth. You know, I remember one time I walked over my neighbor's house and I started crying, and I told my dad, there's something under those bushes. There's something under those bushes. And I didn't even look under those bushes. I just knew. So he came out with a flashlight, and he looked. Yeah, that's a death card. Destruction, renewal, and real truth. Yeah. So he came out with a flashlight, and he looked under that bush. There was a great big huge moth under there. And I didn't even look under there, but I knew something was under there. Dragonfly. Elephant. Ooh, just a justice card. Look at that. Condor. Hummingbird. That's interesting. 4 wands. The owl. Seen through the shadow. Psychic power. The moon. Penguins. Aww. The world. A whale. Judgment card. Interesting. 9 of wands. A scorpion. So we were up fishing one time in Wyoming. My oldest son must have been about 18 months old. He slid down the side of the hill toward the river, and about a godzillion scorpions came out. It's like, oh, hell no. Gorilla. A Tasmanian devil. Beaver. Ooh, the beaver is definitely a builder. Otter. Oh, I did freak out. I grabbed him and put him in the car right away and didn't leave. A puffin, the fool. Walrus, 8 of cups. Raccoon. Ah, I should read that. Enthusiasm, free spirit, new ideas. Yeah, as much as they're around here. Rabbit. 7 of Pentacles. Reaping what is sown, consistency and perspective. But they can also represent fear. Horse. Okay, the Native Americans tell stories about horses. It's interesting because horses have always represented power. Okay? If you even look at our cars talk about horsepower. It might be a 302 horsepower engine. So it has the power of 302 horses. So it's always represented power. So there's the horse. Bear, Queen of Pentacles, Earth Mother, protection, a noble soul. Wolf, reputation, reliability, results. There you go, Tiff. Tiger, loyalty, an honorable spirit, ferocious. Bat, the hanged man. Oh, that's so appropriate. Self-surrender, prophetic powers, facing darkness. It's interesting. It's a white bat. You're a bull, huh? Yeah. I need to read what Fly says. They've been such a pain in the butt. So the Fly is the 5 of swords. That's interesting. I can't believe that the Empress is a cow. Wow. So Tiffany, L, is that because you're a Taurus, or is that because that's your totem? Let's see what it says about flies. So the common fly, a housefly, can represent what's bugging you. It is perhaps the lowliest and highly disliked insect. 5. Symbolism follows the pattern. Flies carry disease and appear in swamps where violent troubles erupt. There's no question to any onlooker why the fly has arrived. It knows its place and purpose well. They are tough and fast. They easily adapt to very harsh living conditions, managing not only to grow and thrive but breed. This represents the human capacity for flourishing in situations as nasty as those of the fly's daily reality. There are the moments that hone our very souls through adversity, not the most pleasant of experiences. Remain persistent and determined. Ever notice how flies brashly come back repeatedly even when we shoo it away? Nothing deters fly short of death. Fly has a mission to clean up the environment in which it lives. Humans also have personal sacred missions in this life. Whatever your soul contract, be ready to fight for what truly matters. Effectively purify your spirit to keep moving toward enlightenment. It warns us of something brewing, if it's an animal helper, within or around us. Time to pay attention. Listen closely to the sound of buzzing, the dirty words filled with gossip, falsely placed blame or ire. Heed the warning and separate yourself from that unhealthy scene as quickly as possible. Fly out of here. Fly meaning also has ties to karma. What we sow, we reap. If our thoughts, words, and deeds come from a clean, ethical space, they will not attract dirty fly energy. Live mindfully from a place of love and kindness. Yeah. Mine, Libra is the only one that doesn't have an animal. The Libra is the scales, the balance there. So, yeah. And we are in a time of Libra, so that might be why everybody was feeling the energy shift, you know? So I think I know the eagle is my spirit guide. And it was funny because I was talking to Em, her daughter goes to all the Native American ceremonies and stuff. And when I was talking about the phoenix and that dream I had, she says it's a Heyoka. A Heyoka is somebody that lives their whole life backwards, but they also come in to teach you lessons and stuff. And it's like, wow. The Heyoka is like a sacred spirit. Oh my gosh. You have a good night too, Tiffany. So Teardrop and Roses are here, and Elle's here. Who else is here? You have a good night, Tiff. Ooh, I'm getting tired myself. I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, ever since I've been talking to one specific person that's been coming on for help, I have been totally drained. And then yeah, I'm ready to go to bed too, ladies. Yeah. So the first time Teardrops I went in and looked at my energy, and you know how they show Medusa with all the snakes coming out of her head? My whole body looked like that. I had to go in and cleanse and clear all of that. And thank you for not doing that. Yeah. But I think that things are starting to shift a little, you know. But in the meantime, it's hard on everybody, you know. If somebody asks for help, you shouldn't turn them away. Yeah, you know. But if you try to yes, I'm telling you, we have an awesome group here. We have very loving, caring people, you know, very supportive. That's why I love it. Yeah. So, you know, if that'll be a huge accomplishment if we can get that shipped. It's calmed down since even yesterday, you know. And that was if you go back and look at the last of the cancer reading, it was all on there. And Leo paid for a reading for her. I wasn't going to do a reading, but it seemed to help shift the energy. And Leo, I think, helped shift the energy too. So yeah, it was awesome. You know, I don't want to see anybody in any kind of pain like that, because that's you know, and to feel alone like that, and yeah, I don't want anybody to ever feel like that, ever. You know, so this is that's one of the hardest lessons to learn is you know, waiting for somebody to ask for help versus going in and giving your opinion and making them upset. Yeah, because you can't force your opinion on somebody else's truth. They've got to ask, and that's a good sign that they are asking for help, you know. And I think there's some layers in there that we're not quite detecting yet, but hopefully we'll get to it. Yeah. But that's, you know, I said when I started the YouTube channel, I'm not going to do any healing work on here. And what does the universe do to me? You know? Oh my goodness. So, yeah, she's, you know, I do need to go in and do a video on clearing the energy field. I did one on the cords, so but you know, whenever you go in and do cords, make sure you neutralize everything first, because if there are any implants in there, whether you brought in from another life or something that you came in with this lifetime to learn, you've got to neutralize everything first. Look at her. Elle's on top of everything. Oh, she's just on top of everything. But I tried to simplify things. I made all my other. No, let's not get started on implants again. But you do, like I said, you have to neutralize them first, because otherwise they can be booby trapped and cause all kinds of problems. And that is something else I don't think I mentioned in that video, that we have to look for stealth cords. They're invisible cords. We can't detect them, but only the angels can detect them. You know? And I had a stealth cord attached, of all things, to my breath. Somebody had a stealth cord attached to my breath. And when we went to clear it, we heard, she's the breath of my life. Okay, but that was a sneaky way of attaching to me, or somebody attaching through your back. That's a sneaky way of attaching too. But what blew me away is the first time I ended up doing the healing work, Taddy and I were talking to a lady from Greece, and she had a scorpion attached to her whole left side. She was complaining about her hip hurting, and we had her go in and do this, and it was a yellow scorpion. It was attached to her solar plexus. And she had an implant also. So we had to walk her through all of that. That was crazy. That's the first time I did the healing work online. And it's like, I wasn't going to do this. So yeah, that got crazy. And she said as soon as she cleared that scorpion and that implant, she said she had been having troubles doing her healing work, and she had felt like the Divine Mother was being blocked from her. And as soon as she cleared that energy, she felt the Divine Mother coming back in. You know, so my thing is I'm giving back because I had so many people help me over the years, you know, and I just can't see having to pay. You look at these classes now, they're $500, $1,200 or more, and it's like, how are you going to change the world if people can't afford to take the classes, you know? So, and my, again, if you want to change the world, start with yourself and radiate out. And like I said, I can supply the tools. It's up to you guys whether you're going to use them or not. You know? And I did recommend the Dark Side of the Light Chasers. And she said she ordered it. So, and Elle has been working on that. She's just said she needed to get some time to do the meditations. I hope, Elle, that you're getting time while you're down sick. Yeah. That's such an awesome book. Awesome book. Yeah. I got it right here. See? Yeah. That's, yeah. It's, I had Elle read the first 2 chapters, and she told me, oh, I had to stop myself from going ahead. I told her, go ahead. Because I've been trying to get a class together for this for a year. People get the book, like one person lost it, another one doesn't have time, you know, so all I can do is recommend it. You're still working? Yeah. But it's you know, it was funny when I first started doing readings on Facebook. I went on to Lightworker live feeds, and I did a reading. And I probably went back after a month, and somebody goes, I've been waiting for you. And I said, uh-oh, what did I do? She goes, you recommended that book to me, and I've been waiting for you to come back. She goes, because that book changed my life. And I said, thank you, God. This is where you plant seeds. You know, you plant seeds, and if they buy the book, then they're ready for it, you know? You can't force people to go out and do things. I can supply the tools, but again, that's planting seeds. You got the audiobook. Yeah. Did you sign up for Hay House newsletters? because sometimes they have the audios. I have a bunch of audios that I paid $4.99 for. You need to go in and listen to them all. But the Dark Side of the Light Chasers is one of the ones I paid $4.99 for. There's some in there on dragon meditations, unicorn healing meditations. Yeah, it's the end of the year, so they're going to be having a lot of sales. And they've been having a lot of sales anyway, but sometimes they have some of their newer books on Kindle for $1.99 lately. And the Medical Medium, that's what I should have recommended to Darlene, was the Medical Medium. He's got some awesome stuff out. And a lot of his books have been coming out at $1.99 too. Greg Braden has a book out right now on, is it Healing Codes? That's on sale for $1.99 right now. But they have their tarot cards and their oracle cards on sale, especially just before Christmas. End of year clearance. And it's like I've bought so much through Hay House, I almost have all their oracle cards. It's like, yeah, I shouldn't be spending much money on there this year. Oh. Hey, RM2, how are you doing, hon? Oh. Yeah, we're getting about ready to wrap it up, too. Everybody's tired, hon. It's what, 12:30? You're a night owl. RM2's a night owl. It's 10:24. So you're what, 2 hours ahead of us, Teardrops? Yeah. Yeah, she always finds me. She always finds me when I come online. You're in Oklahoma? What part of Oklahoma are you in? I've got a cousin that is in Coweta. I think that's northeast of Oklahoma City. Yeah. And I have a niece that lives in Shattuck, right along the border of Texas, along the Panhandle. And L's in Kai. Yeah, you need Beyonce 24 hours. Ah, the Red River, huh? There's some places I haven't really been to Oklahoma except for Shattuck. That's what I was saying. I've been to 24 states. I need to hit all the eastern states. So I want to take a road trip and start going through all the states at first I want to start along the northern border down the east coast. Well, I've been to Florida and come the southern border along 10 minutes from Texas. Yeah. Yep. A lot of flatlands. Okay, Elle, you have a good night. I was going to try to come in and do like a pick a card reading tomorrow, but I think I'm going to take the day off. I need to regroup. And hopefully this little feisty dog won't get me up at 7 in the morning again. Not as tired as I was last night. RM2, did you get to you were there to listen to your Leo, weren't you? Last night? Teardrops and Roses, you should watch your love reading, and I did a full moon reading for everybody too. That should be up. It's like um YouTube held up Cancer for some reason until this morning. It didn't show up on there until early this morning. And that's the one I was doing the reading on yesterday, so yeah, go back and listen to it. Yeah, YouTube's driving me crazy. It's not, I on because I have two Gmails, and one of them I have all the ones I listen to signed up. I'm not getting any notifications on anything at all. It's kind of funny because I've been doing readings, and I had somebody this week that pop up and said, "Oh, you're back." Well, I was down sick for about 6 weeks, but I've been back for a couple months. Yeah. RM2 has some awesome artwork. Awesome artwork. Kind of reminds me of a more of a Chinese and Oriental style. And I tried to go in and look at my Gmail and see if there was any notifications that were turned off or something, so that that was keeping me from getting notifications. It's crazy. I showed 3 people here. Who else is here? So I have RM2 and Teardrops. Who else is here? L dropped off. But that's not unusual. I have people that don't come in, and yeah, Elle said good night. I saw her drop off. Okay. But I have people that just don't ask for readings. They just sit and listen. You know, lurkers. Maybe it's YouTube listening in. They blocked some of my videos a couple times, and then I messaged him and I said, I sat there for 5 minutes and didn't say a word, and you blocked my video. So they released all my videos that they were holding back. So, and that's when the virus first appeared. That's okay. They can listen all they want. I have one gal that says she paints. She paints houses, and she goes back in and she listens while she's painting houses. And like I said, we were talking earlier about the energy has shifted. I'm getting more comments on my videos now than I ever have. So it's yeah, things have shifted. And I think a few more people watched the first 12 hours too. So we have another full moon on the 31st. So that's our blue moon. And then we have the new moon on the 17th. Mercury goes retrograde on the 13th. And is it Mars that goes direct on? No, it's Pluto that goes direct on Sunday. So that ought to shift some energy too. We've had so many things retrograde this year, it's crazy. But I've been feeling for a couple months now that September was going to be a shift, and What kind of question you have, hon? Okay. If she allows it, at some point she's made a choice, made a decision for it to not happen. But hon, make sure you teach her. This is my pet peeve, okay? Make sure she knows how to ground and put up spiritual protection. Otherwise, you don't know what's coming through. But she's got to allow that to happen. She's got to be open to that happen. Like I said, we have all the gifts, we have all the talents, we have the abilities. What do we allow ourselves to have? She's only going to see him if she allows herself to allows herself to let her. Okay? So it's all up to her. Does she want it to come back? Because I know I've had a couple things happen that have been shocking to me. Okay? Major shock. And it hasn't happened since because it was so unusual, so shocking to me. You know. So I must have put up a block. It's like I have things come in to see. Yeah. It's like I have these abilities come in to test my boundaries to see if I'm open to it. Because I know I can do animal communication, but I've never pursued that. I never pursued being a healer and what's popping up now. Okay, because I always learned everything to work on myself. And it's usually opposite. The healers are usually the sickest people around because they've learned the techniques, but then they don't use them on themselves. But now it's opposite. I've used it on myself all these years, and now it's time to apparently to use it on others, to teach others. I'm trying to teach people to do it for themselves. I'm trying to empower people. But she can ask her spirit guides, she can ask her teachers, she can ask her angels. She can give them permission to communicate with her, which we should all do. Our own personal angels, not all of them, okay? Our personal angels, our personal spirit guides, give them permission to communicate with us, to warn us when we need to know things, okay? To make us aware of things, because otherwise the universe can't do anything because we've got that free will. The agreement was, okay, we're going to give you free will, but if you want help, you have to ask for it. We can't intervene, you know? I told somebody that one night and they got real upset with me. But it may come back. I have a grandson. She says in her peripheral, sometimes I see shadows walk by. So I was working nights in the IBM building. My first husband was so negative, but he was so charming, you know, so lovable to me and didn't show all that negativity till we got married. So he was talking to me. He wanted me to come out and visit him. So the night before I was supposed to leave, I'm working nights in the IBM building, and I'm working on this one end. Okay, on this side is a classroom. In the middle here was like a computer room because it was IBM. They were showing all their computers and everything. Yeah, still awake. And then on the other side was another classroom. So I'm way over here on this end and I'm vacuuming and I feel somebody watching me and I see something move And I go out there and look, and the curtain in the computer area was moving. So I told my boss, I swear somebody's here. He even checked all the wheel wells, checked the elevators, everything, and he couldn't find anybody. So he left. So I'm clear at the other end in the classroom, and I'm vacuuming, and I feel somebody watching me. I turn around, and there's a 10-foot tall shadow standing there. And I just looked at it for a couple minutes. And then my boss came up in the elevator, and it went, psh, disappeared. And sometimes I wonder if it's not our future self coming back to warn us about something. I really think my future self was trying to warn me not to we ended up getting married. So it's yeah. So if you're feeling sad, Scarlett, okay, honey, I want you to focus on 3 things that make you happy. I don't know what the shadows are. And then when we bought our first house, I thought it was just me, but when we bought our first house, people would come over and they would see the shadows walking across out of the side of their vision, And I had a Catholic priest come out and bless the house, and they were still there. But then that house seemed to be on a vortex where there was things coming in and out all the time. Oh yeah, I got stories to tell about that house. My daughter would not stay at home because she had a little man about this tall that was peeking in the windows at her. My son and his friend came home and saw it one night, chased it down the street, and went poof, disappeared. And somebody told me, they didn't say it was a pixie. What did they say it was? Yeah, owls can be messengers. Owls can also be a sign of somebody doing dark magic. And they're warning you, okay? So there's the good and bad to every animal. Okay, hon, are you about ready to call it a night? Yeah. They're bringing you some clarity. Be aware. But the only thing you could do. So, Scarlett, I want you to ask Archangel Michael for protection. Yes. Ask Archangel Michael to surround you with his blue light of protection and see if that helps you sleep. And Scarlett, try moving your bed to another area and see if that helps. Because if you've got some ley lines under your house, okay, if you've got some ley lines under your house, that can cause night terrors too. So try moving your bed to another area of your room and see if that changes it. Okay, Scarlett, I want you to order a black tourmaline. Ley lines, they're Ley, Lines. They are lines that run under the earth. Okay, they run this way, they run this way. If there's one directly under your bed, it can affect your sleeping and your health. Ley lines, okay? Try moving your bed to another area and see if that switches. Honey, there's a lot of things that people don't know. Okay. You can also ask the angels if there's any water running under the house to deflect the energy. Girl, I've been studying this stuff for 45 years. I've learned a lot of stuff. And unless you ask, I don't remember a lot of it, okay? Do you know how to use a dowsing rod? Do you know how to use the copper dowsing rods? Do you know how to use a pendulum? You can ask if there's any ley lines under your bed. You can also put copper rods in the four directions and little ones in between that to block out ley lines. Yeah, it's kind of like feng shui, but this is blocking the energy under the ground, in the earth. See, that's what I don't know how to help with that, hun. That is the only thing. I told you how to put up the spiritual protection, hun. Okay? If you put up that white Christ light of protection and ask Archangel Michael for his blue light of protection, that should not happen, hun. But to me, it sounds like you're traveling to the lower astral realm. I think you're probably doing soul travel, hun. Yeah, the lower astral realm. Because you do soul travel. So you could, like I said, you can talk to your angels. You can talk to your healing team. You can talk to your protection team to help you with this, hon. But you've got to allow it to happen. That's the thing. But some of us have the ability to do soul travel. And it sounds like you're doing soul travel. But you need to protect yourself. Yes. In fact, the demons, the entities may be causing the depression and the fear. And the more fear and depression you have, the more you're going to attract them. This is why I taught you to cut cords. Okay, I want you to also look to see if there's any attachments to you or any implants to you. Okay, I walked you through this already. But if you go in and start clearing those, ask if there's any stealth cords attached to you. Stealth cords are invisible to us. Ask your healing team to find and clear, okay, and heal any stealth cords. You know, lack of magnesium can also cause depression. Stealth cords are not something that some of my friends found them accidentally. They were told to look for stealth cords. It's STELTH cords. But ask if there's any entity attachments to you. If there's any entity attachments to you, okay? If there's any entity attachments, I'm telling you to make sure you neutralize them. Ask your healing team to neutralize them before they take them out. Otherwise, they can trigger problems. Okay? And you might want to look for some information on soul travel. I don't think I do it. If they're not neutralized before they're cut out, they could trigger some major reactions. They can it's almost like a self-sabotaging type energy. Yeah, you have to neutralize them before they're cut and dissolved. And then ask the angels to come in and heal the area. Yeah. But for tonight, hon, I would ask, do you have any magnesium? For one thing, that'll help you sleep. But I would ask Archangel Michael for the extra protection, the blue light of protection. Okay? Before you go to sleep, and see if that makes a difference. That should make a huge difference. If you do not neutralize them before they take them out, okay, those cords can suck your energy. Yeah, take some magnesium before you go to bed. I just ordered some magnesium. It's got 5 different types of magnesium in it. I'm going to see if that's going to help me sleep tonight. But if you take out implants without neutralizing them, they can cause major problems on a spiritual level and a physical level. And that's what I said. If you go in and look at your intestines, everywhere that you're sick, see if there's anything unusual in there. Okay? And if you see anything in there, don't try to take it out yourself. Call in your healing team. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to. But see, there's so many different levels, hon, and I know you're an empath. You know, part of that is being sensitive to everything and being sick. And if you go in again and look to see if you have any cords attached into the stomach area, okay, because that may be where they're attaching into, is why you're having problems with all this physical stuff. Okay. Okay, if you ask, if you want to, okay. Now, the implants are what okay, you're going to do this with cords too. Both of them you're going to neutralize and cut the cords and dissolve them. Make sure you dissolve them also. That way they won't reattach. If you want to see if there's any stealth cords or any cords that are not of your higher good, ask your healing team to turn them red. And then ask for them to be neutralized, the cords cut and dissolved also. Okay? And watch for anybody coming back from the past, okay, that are going to try to reattach to you. Because once you get rid of them, it might be an energy vampire. It could be somebody from the past. You know, it's somebody that's sucking your energy. Whether it's on a physical realm, you know, on the earth plane or another plane, okay? Just take your time doing this, hon, okay? Yes, people's entities and cords. So you know how to do this. Make sure you ask. Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you have your protection up. Ask Archangel Michael. Call in your healing teams. Okay, so there is a video on how to cut cords. I don't think I go into detail on the implants, but it's basically the same thing. Make sure you neutralize them and have your healing team. I'm not going to repeat myself, but there's videos in there, and I tried to put basic stuff, and I am gonna. You asked me. I'm tired. You asked me to do something earlier, and I forget what video that was for. Oh, I'll remember tomorrow. Okay. These are not the only meditation I can give you is visualizing. I told you how to visualize the grounding, and I told you how to visualize the protection. That's basically a meditation too. Okay. The closest I have is in classes is cutting cords. There's a video in there on cutting cords. Girl, I'm no good at doing guided meditations. Just remember, Scarlett, there's no right and wrong in doing this. It's just asking for the help, asking for the assistance, okay? Because I really don't use a guided meditation. I don't know how to do that. I just go in and visualize it. Okay. So you got some tools. Work on them, hon. Okay. So I'm going to go for tonight. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And make sure you ask for them to heal the area. Love you too, teardrops. You too, Scarlett. You have a good night. And the other person too. Sending love and light. Okay. Good night, everybody. Yes. And don't forget, don't be afraid to call on your healing team, okay? Don't be afraid to call on your angels. Okay? Good night, everyone. Okay? You have a good night and namaste.